Welcome to the Roadmap to 1 Million podcast. I'm your host, Stacey Zeal, and if you're looking for the high-level strategies and stories behind building a seven-figure product brand, then you're in the right place. On this show, we'll uncover the advanced strategies, stories, and secrets that you need to know in order to take your e-commerce brand to the next level. Are you ready to uncover your roadmap to 1 million? Let's dive in. Welcome to the Roadmap to 1 Million podcast. I am your host, Stacey Zeal, and on this show, you will learn all the secrets and strategies behind scaling your D2C brand to seven figures and beyond so that you can build a brand that literally changes the world. I don't want you to think that anything is out of reach for you. I am definitely here to be the person that's going to tell you that no, your dream is not too big. And so when I say you want to change the world, I am very serious. I want to work with you if you want to change the world. And so Today we're going to be talking all about 10 ways to use influencer content to drive sales. I know that there's a lot of brands out there that are, especially e-commerce brands, that are struggling when it comes to influencer content and figuring out like how to hire the right influencers, how to get great content, and actually how to use that content to actually drive sales, how to monetize it, how to track your ROI. So I'm going to give you 10 ways or 10 strategies that you can absolutely use to repurpose your influencer content so that you can make sure that you are driving sales and actually making money from it. So in that, what we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about, one, why influencer marketing works. And I'm going to give you some stats about it so that you can really kind of set the scene to know that this actually does work, even though, lots of people feel certain ways about influencers, but it actually does work. And then I'm going to give you the 10 ways to repurpose it. But before we dive in, I want to make sure that you know about my Black Friday offer that I have going on right now. And so it is for those of you who want to stop leaving money on the table and really learn how to exponentially increase your sales with influencer marketing and Facebook ads. So we are currently taking pre-sales for my Influencer Marketing Playbook. And so if you want to learn how to hire the right influencers, how to get amazing content every single time, and then how to monetize it with Facebook ads, then you want to make sure that you head over to my site, staceyzeal.co, to check out all the information. The link is also going to be in the show notes, so head to the show notes to check it out. When you become a founding member by taking advantage of this pre-sale, you not only save $100, but you are going to get my Influencer Marketing Growth Guide, which is a step-by-step guide to getting great influencer content every time. And this is specifically for e-commerce brands. So it talks you through how to hire the right influencers, how to get great content from them every time. And it takes you through 10 ways to actually, these 10 ways, it takes you through that as well. Also, you get access to my How to Monetize Your Influencer Content with Facebook Ads workshop. I'm teaching a live workshop that is going to go into this course. And you get a ticket to that. So you're going to come, you're going to be able to ask me questions live, and I'm really going to talk to you specifically about the Facebook ads piece of it, because there is a difference between content that is just cute, fun, and engaging and content that actually sells product. So you definitely want to make sure that you take advantage of this because you're going to get a ticket to that. And you also get first access to my new clients only Facebook group, where I am going to be hosting monthly strategy calls. We're going to have some Q&As, all that kind of stuff. We'll have community there so that you can really understand that these resources that I'm creating for you and the resources I'm coming out with are really going to help you to take your business to the next level. I'm not creating things that's just going to add 1 or 2 sales to your bottom line. I'm creating things that's going to actually help you to accelerate your growth and get to that next level. So make sure you go to the show notes to grab the pre-sale, that pre-sale bundle or the Black Friday bundle of the Influencer Marketing Playbook. It's also at my site, staceyzeal.co. All right. So let's jump in. Let's talk about why influencer marketing works. So a lot of brands struggle to keep up with the ever-changing landscape of social. Maybe you are included in this, right? It feels like we have to create new content all the time, right? The algorithm is always constantly changing. There's always new stuff that we have to create, and it's really hard to keep up with if you're creating all of the content yourself. And the thing with influencers is that they've also been able to master the ability to build an audience and also get that audience to take action or to move to action, right? So it's not just about saying like they have a big following. They actually have people who are engaged and invested in what they're doing and listen to them, right? And so influencer marketing is all about leveraging creators, content creators, people who build audiences to tell stories with your products. right? And so, because if you think about all the multifacets of your customers, that's why this works so amazing for e-commerce brands, is that you have a wide variety of people who could potentially benefit from your product. Yes, you have your ideal customer avatars. But if you are able to lean into influencers who are able to tell stories with your products a little differently, so they can capture different segments of different audiences, that's money right there. It's all about really just building on the fact that someone has built an audience that trusts them. And so now your job as the brand is to elevate that, is to get your product in front of them so that they can be blown away, and then they can actually want to tell people about it, right? And so let's talk about some stats about influencer marketing. So 49% of consumers depend on influencer recommendations. 49%. 40% have purchased after seeing something on Twitter, YouTube, or Instagram. And that's according to Digital Marketing Institute. And if you think about those things really quickly, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time here in the stat section because I really just want y'all to have the context. But if you think about that, half of your customers are relying on other people giving them recommendations. Whether it's an influencer, if you layer on recommendations from family, from friends, all of that kind of stuff just adds into that percentage. And so it's so powerful to be able to get your product in front of someone who has the trust of half your customers, or half that their audience really trusts them enough that they would actually really act on their recommendation. And then also from everyone's social, 89% of marketers say that ROI from influencers is comparable to other channels. This is definitely something I can attest to. When I was at Zappos, we used influencer marketing a lot. And part of my job was going through influencer content to say, what is actually going to sell product? I don't care about the cute, fun, engaging stuff. I want to know what's going to move money, and what's going to move products, what's going to drive sales. And so there is a bit of a difference. There is a bit of a nuance there. And so working with influencers a lot, you see that people really do trust them, right? They do trust they feel like they're talking to another person. They feel like they're talking to their homie, right? And so another stat, 61% of consumers trust influencer recommendations according to Influencer Marketing Hub. So they have that trust. And we know that the goal of our marketing, if you've listened to any of my episodes before or attended any of my workshops, we know that the goal of your marketing is to build know, like, and trust. It's to move people through your funnel. It's building know, like, and trust. And so influencers already have that trust. And so if you can already tap into someone who has the trust of their audience, the trust of your customers, already trust them, and you can lean into that, then that's how you drive more sales, right? It's driving a lot more. It's being able to get the most bang for your buck in marketing, the most money back for the efforts that you're putting out. And so if someone has the trust of 61% of consumers, or people that see them, 61% of their audience actually trust their recommendations, why not? Why would we not spend the money or exchange the product that's going to take for us to actually get our content in front of those people? And then last stat I'm going to give you before we jump into these 10 ways is influencer marketing achieved an 11x return on ad spend over banner ads from a study from Convince and Convert. And so what that means is that that influencer marketing is generating a return. Right? So all the money that you invest in influencer marketing, and the money you invest in sending them product, the time you invest in your team having to shuffle through, all of that kind of stuff, if you take into account all of that, you're making a lot more money on your efforts and on your outputs when you think about influencer marketing. And so of course it's going to vary for everybody, but and when we're going to talk about it in a second, have definitely have some insight into this. Hey, are you doing all the things when you'd rather be CEOing? What if instead of doing all the things like figuring out the marketing strategy and leading the team, you could free up your time to focus on other areas of your business that really need your attention? That's possible when you work with my team at Stacey Zeal & Co. We are strategic marketing partners for e-commerce brands that want to take their sales and impact to the next level. Ready to stop playing small and do what it takes to become a big-ass impactful brand? Head over to roadmapto1million.com to book a call with me. Don't wait. Now. Right now is your time. Head over to roadmapto1million.com to book a call with me. I look forward to helping you get to your next level. Okay, So let's talk about 10 ways to use this content, because now that you're understanding, like, okay, influencer marketing is actually worth my time. It actually is worth my investment. Okay, so what do I do with this content other than, just having them post about it, right? Here are 10 things that you can do. And so the first one I am always going to recommend, and if you've listened to the podcast before, it's probably not a shock, is the first way that I highly recommend that you use influencer content is in your Facebook and Instagram ads, or your Facebook, Instagram, TikTok ads, wherever you're running ads on your social platforms. And so the workshop that I taught went deep in this topic. And that's what we talked about. We talked about how the strategy behind using Facebook ads to scale your business, and layered on the influencer marketing conversation of using that as creative and using that as your ads. And so if you are not running ads with your influencer content, then you are literally leaving money on the table for sure. Like, as the Convince and Convert study saw, that they were giving an 11x return on their ad spend. And so I have actually run influencer ads, and have generated a 6 or 7 ROAS on the influencer ads I've actually run. Part of my job, as I mentioned, was to go through the influencer content, especially when studios and stuff shut down. Had to go through the influencer content to say, okay, what is actually going to sell product? Because we're already seeing, at these times, we're already seeing that more authentic content is doing better than stuff that's being shot in studio anyway. And I think a lot of marketers are seeing that. We're all seeing that, with TikTok, with all of, these kinds of platforms. We're seeing that more authentic, homegrown content is working. And so it makes sense that our advertising also shifts that way, right? And so you want to make sure that you understand that cute and engaging does not sell product. Right? There is a difference. There's an art really to understanding the difference between what am I going to use from, just that I'm just going to post on Instagram to get a lot of likes or get a lot of followers, versus something I'm going to put in an actual ad to actually, sell product. And so that's why I created the Influencer Marketing Playbook. I created it because I want y'all to understand that, 1, you're leaving money on the table if you're not running Facebook and Instagram ads. 2, you're leaving more money on the table if you're utilizing influencer content and you're letting that content die with the algorithm. Because even if someone gives you a reel, after a couple weeks, it's gone. But if you have the paid rights to be able to run content, but if you also have amazing influencer content you're running ads behind, then that's how you extend the shelf life. And so in the Black Friday bundle, what you get right now is you get the influencer growth guide with templates, with scripts, with checklists for hiring the best influencers and getting great content. Because none of this works unless you get great content first. Right? We cannot run blurry, crappy, off-brand content and ads and expect it to work. It doesn't work. Okay, so you get the growth guide that is available right now as soon as you sign up. So you'll be able to start hiring your influencers right now. You also get a ticket to my last workshop of the year, which is going to be how to monetize your influencer content with Facebook ads. That is not a free workshop. Okay. And so you'll get a ticket to that. You'll be able to come to that workshop, because that is where I'm going to go in deep of what I'm kind of talking about today, of like, how do we go through content and figure out like what's going to sell product, what's not going to sell product, what do we use in ads, what kind of different tools do we have available, what strategies should we be considering with our influencer content when it comes to Facebook ads. And so you definitely want to make sure that you grab the playbook if you want to come to that workshop. So you also get right now what is available in there now. The workshop is going to be in December. But this workshop, the Facebook ad strategy workshop, that is a workshop that I taught last year that is recorded, that is ready to go, that is uploaded for you right now to be able to watch. And so you'll learn the essential components of a Facebook ad strategy that does 3 extra sales. And so if you've taken a course before, if you have started to dabble with Facebook ads, but your strategy is lacking, you definitely want to watch that workshop, because that takes you all the way through. Like, there is a workbook that goes through it, and you will have your Facebook ad strategy at the end. Okay. And also the final thing that you get is you get access to my new clients only Facebook group, where I'll be hosting monthly strategy calls, Q&As with me and my team, all that kind of good stuff. And so I read the stat online from Neil Schaefer that says that brands make on average $5.20 for every dollar that they're spent on influencers. So imagine what your ROI would be if you did it the right way, one, and you ran ads with it. It would be literally that. This is how you scale your business. This is how you take your brand to the next level, because you leverage these two strategies together. So the link to sign up for the actual Influencer Marketing Playbook is in the show notes. And if you missed the live workshop last week and you want to know how to strategically use Facebook ads to exponentially increase your business, the replay is up and available. So go to stacyzeal.co/workshop and you'll be able to watch the replay there. All right, so first one, knocked out the gate, Facebook and Instagram ads, because that one is definitely of anything on this list, this is the most important thing that you can do with your influencer content. So I wanted to make sure that I knocked that out first for y'all who might not make it all the way to the 10, but wanted to make sure that y'all understand how important that really, really is for your business. Okay, so let's jump into the next one. So the second one is you can add your influencer images or your videos to your product display pages. So Fashion Nova does this very well. So if you've ever been on Fashion Nova's website, they have images of they have their products images on models, which some of them actually happen to be influencers, which is a great call to have, like, those recognizable faces or recognizable models all throughout your content. So people feel like, they're a part, they feel that recognition. But then they also have like different lifestyle images of their products, like in the wild, on different body types, different influencers, right? And so you can use that content to actually put it within your sales funnel, when you put it within your actual product display pages. You can post them on the pages to show like different looks in different ways. You can see like, all that kind of stuff. That really does help does help customers to really build to see themselves with that product. I know for me, like I have absolutely done that for lots of different sites. If I'm seeing like, okay, these are the model shots, but then I see, oh, this is an influencer photo, or this looks like something more realistic. Like I could see myself wearing an outfit in this way or styling it in a different way than you may have styled it on the model. All right. So it's really, really a really good strategy. All right. Number 3. Is you can offer an affiliate commission on their sales. And so if you think about Amazon here, Amazon does this very well. Amazon's affiliate program is widely used. So many people, it's very easy to sign up, but it's also widely used. And so essentially what they have is that influencers can create special shops that their audience can go to of all the stuff they post on social. And so like, I literally just did this the other day for an Amazon. I found this girl on Instagram and I love her outfits. And I went to her link in bio and it was to her Amazon store. And I'm like, oh, cool. Let me add, some stuff in here that is really cute, because she has a lot of different items in there that was outside of that one post that she did. So I'm checking out her whole shop. Right. And so if you have a way for influencers to get a kickback for selling your products, that incentivizes them to create content for your products, right? And so you can do things like, share a sale, commission junkie. I think it's commission junkie. But there are a ton of affiliate websites out there that you can subscribe to get your products on. So that way influencers and bloggers and vloggers and those kinds of people are incentivized to post about your stuff. Right. And whatever percentage you decide on the percentage, all that kind of good stuff. But you can use some of those sites to actually handle the back and forth for you. So you're not actually having to build a commission or affiliate program from scratch, even though you might be able to, maybe within your Shopify or your web browser, maybe within your site, you can. But you do have these other commission sites that are a number 4 is to host a live shopping. So when I was at Zappos, we started doing some live shopping series on TikTok with influencers that were the hosts, and they were showing off different products, different collections, all that kind of good stuff. And so essentially what I mean by live shopping is think QVC, right? Think those kinds of channels but it's just happening on TikTok, or it's happening on Instagram. It's Facebook, if that's where your clients are, or it's happening on, you can live stream it on your site. There are plenty of actual live shopping programs out there that you can actually invest in, that you can host it on your site, or you can host it on their sites and stuff like that. But one example that I found when I was doing some research is that Alibaba actually had a live stream shopping event on Singles Day, and they generated $7.5 billion in 30 minutes. And I saw that on the McKinsey website. And so live commerce is something that is live commerce, social commerce, all those kinds of things. It's definitely stuff that's on the rise. As we see, live streaming, it builds trust. You can actually, talk to people. You feel like you can get your questions answered, those kinds of things. It helps people to engage with you. And you can show your products in different lights. You can show them with different models. You can have your influencers come in and talk about different stories or different experiences that they've had with your products. You can have interviews with influencers and your founders, all that kind of stuff, right? So you can actually leverage live shopping and live commerce in a way that really, really accelerates your growth. And so getting people to show up live is the challenge. And so I have a pro tip here for you. And so what you want to do when you are, trying to do this is to run ads that point people to your live stream. So you can reach new people too. That's one of the things we were doing on TikTok. We would be live on TikTok, and we were also running ads on the, in their ads manager, right? And so we're live, but we're also running ads trying to get people to go to our profile because they see our profile pic. It says they're live, all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of little things you can use paid ads for, other than just saying like, oh, it's customer acquisition. Like, you can use it to really get in front of more people when you're doing things like live commerce or when you're using influencers and stuff like that. All right, number 5 is you can have them to curate special collections in your shops. And so if you think about your Instagram shop, I think TikTok might have a shop, but I know Instagram and Facebook definitely have shops. But you can have influencers curate special collections in your shop that show that they can then direct their audiences to, right? So you can tag the collections in your posts, you can tag it in your stories. You can drive traffic to saying like, hey, this is, Stacy, this is influencer Stacy's, favorite picks for the home, right? Or her favorite scents for fall, or, her routine for her vitamin routine. These are the different things that she takes, right? You can bring stories to life with collections and have your products be tagged in a special place where you can send people, and then you can use that influencer content, just be like, hey, did you, these are our special picks. You can have people add to it, whatever you want to do. Get really creative with it. But don't sleep on the shops, because there are definitely ways that you can tag different products there and all that kind of stuff. All right, number 6 is you want to make sure that they are posting your content on their page as well as you are posting on your page. And so this is pretty much the most common way brands use influencer content, is by posting their content on your channels, but you also just want to make sure that they post it on their channels. And one tool that you have for this, that Instagram has for this, is the branded partnerships tool. And so you can add specific paid partners in there. And so it unlocks the ability for them to show for the content to be shown on your page and their page if they accept and all that kind of good stuff. But then it also lets people know that it is paid content, right? Because we always want to make sure that people, understand that we are exchanging product or we're exchanging cash for whatever we're doing. And that's okay, right? People are okay with that. We understand our consumers are a lot more educated than they've ever have been, right? And so people are not feeling necessarily like they're scammed, because someone is paid to talk about something, as long as we're transparent and we're honest and we're authentic, right? So make sure you keep that in mind. Number 7. Oh, this is an exciting one. I actually thought this was super fun. So number seven is to host a brand activation. And so when I was working with a lot of different running brands like Adidas and Brooks, they would have brand activations in real life, things like marathons, as a great way to kind of get their products in front of people in the wild. And so when you think about brand activations, they've existed or whatever, but if you invite influencers, guess what? They bring their followers, they bring their fans, their audience, whether it's them digitally, they're hosting live from your account, they're posting from their account saying this is where I'm at on behalf of, Adidas, we're at this event, blah, 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 right? And so they actually bring their audience into the play. And so an example is when I was at Zappos, we did one for Hunter boots. And so like Hunter, they make these like really cute rain boots. And we did it on college campuses. There were some activations that you do on college campuses, get influencers come out. There's marathons that we've done. There have been sponsored runs at wineries that I've, helped out with. Like there are a lot of different things that you can do to take your events to the next level by inviting creators that have an audience, maybe doing meet and greets or something like that to make it really fun. Maybe if you're a makeup brand, you're doing like, some live demonstrations or some live demos of your skincare or anything like that, right? These kinds of things, like leaning on influencers to bring their audience to the picture and to be able to showcase your event in a cool, fun light. That is such a great way to really repurpose that content so that you can make sure that you're driving sales and actually driving traffic to your pages, but making sure that you're doing it very, very strategically. All right, number 8. Number 8 is to build our favorite things with influencer picks. So this is like, think about, very timely because of the holidays. So think about like a gift guide, a gift, XYZ's influencers gift guide for moms, something like that, curated by XYZ influencers. And so you can create things like, a landing page on your site that has different picks on there. So think about like Oprah's favorite things. And one thing that Amazon does really well is that they actually run ads to their influencer picks landing pages. And so they have ads that will say like, picks, looks for the home curated by XYZ influencer. You'll be able to, they'll run carousel posts so you can kind of scroll through and see like, oh, this influencer, maybe I don't resonate with that influencer, but that influencer's, aesthetic looks pretty cool. Let me go ahead and actually look to see their picks, right? So if you're thinking about gift guides or anything like that, any ways that you can curate experiences based on, what these influencers picks are, because people, your customers really trust their recommendations, that's a great way to go. All right, 9, we got 2 more left. So 9, a day in the life video, blog, whatever. Thinking about for like YouTube, TikTok, and Reels. And I don't want you to sleep on YouTube, because YouTube is a search engine. Okay. Think about that. Like YouTube is also a search engine. So don't think that, you're just limited to Instagram and TikTok when you think about influencers. But if you think about like day in the life content that does well, because it adds that human element and it creates that like a way of storytelling that showcases lifestyle alignment between your product and your customer's life. And that's really where we're at these days, what we want to showcase. We want to showcase that your products are an enhancement or an addition to someone's lifestyle or to a lifestyle that they aspire to. And so that's a way that you can really kind of lean into that. So don't forget about YouTube. And even YouTube now, they have shorts. And so they are also, trying to compete with TikTok and Instagram and stuff like that. So don't really sleep on YouTube, because they also have the ability to link to things. And it's a search engine and it's owned by Google, so that helps with SEO and all that kind of good stuff. All right, and number 10, y'all, we have made it to the end of the list. Number 10 is you can use them for testimonial videos for your site or your socials. And so as you can see, I am all about double duty content. I am all about things that can be repurposed as ads, that can be repurposed as blog posts, as podcasts, whatever. And so if you're sending products to influencers, ask them to also give you a testimonial video in addition to here's how I use the product, or here's how I'm going to showcase the product type of content. So make sure you're asking them like, hey, could you, in addition to that, would you mind giving us a review of the product, or because that's something that you can put in your product display pages on your site. That's something that you can post on your social. You can send those out in your emails. You can do tons of things with reviews and testimonials. And so why not ask the influencer to send you their honest feedback or their honest testimonials in the form of a testimonial video, while you're also sending them product to shoot, in the wild and out in the, in their lifestyle content. Okay. So we have gone through a lot of different things today, y'all. We've gone through 10 different ways for you to repurpose and to use that influencer content to drive sales. We talked about some stats on influencer marketing, and we also talked about why it's important, especially for e-commerce brands, to jump into this. And so here's the thing. None of this works unless you get great on-brand content from your influencers. If you are getting content that is not showcasing your brand correctly, that is falling flat, that is not including that element of storytelling, if you're not getting great content from your influencers, none of this stuff is going to work. None of the 10 things we said today is going to work. And so you as the brand must set your influencers up for success by making sure that, one, you're picking the right influencers from the beginning, but also giving them the necessary steps to succeed, giving them things that they need to succeed. And so that is why I created this influencer marketing playbook. And so the influencer marketing playbook is for you if you are a product brand that is actively trying to increase your sales. It's for you if you want to reach more customers without having to be the face of your brand, or creating 17 reels a day in-house. This is for you if you are ready to invest in getting your products in front of the masses and no longer want to play small. And this is for you if you value having the expertise and tools you need to be successful from the beginning without the fluff. You want the actual strategies, the actual tools that I have used with my clients, that I've used on different phases of my career. And so as a reminder, when you sign up by Monday, November 29th, this is 2022 if you're listening to the replay. If you sign up by Monday, 2022, you get the Influencer Growth Guide that has all the checklists, the templates, the scripts, and the info you need to hire the right influencers right now. So you can go out and actually start booking influencers right now when you sign up and when you grab the Influencer Marketing Playbook. You also get a ticket to my masterclass on how to monetize your influencer content with Facebook ads, where we're going to really go through the strategy behind repurposing content, the influencer content that you get into ads, and what different strategy you have available. You also get immediate access to my Facebook ad strategy workshop that will help you to create the best Facebook ad strategy for your brand. And so if you are thinking that your strategy is a little struggling right now, that you're running ads, but they aren't quite working, you don't really know the strategy behind them, you're just kind of running some things to see what happens, you definitely want to make sure that you grab this so that you can watch that workshop immediately, because that's going to help you immensely. And then you also get access to my clients only Facebook group with monthly strategy calls and Q&A and whatever other fun things we decide to do in there. So much community building with other brands that are just like you in the same space you are, but literally want to change the world. They have a big vision. People come and work with me when they have a big vision. I love to support people who have big visions in mind. And so if that is you, then definitely make sure you head to the link in the show notes to grab the Influencer Marketing Playbook so that you can save that $100 and get all of the things that I just mentioned. I hope that this was helpful for you. I know that you got some gems and some nuggets and all that kind of stuff in there. So make sure that you share this episode with someone that you know is a product brand that really has a big vision and wants to change the world. They want to make 2023 the year that they dominate. They really want to take their brand to the next level. Make sure you share this episode with them. If you enjoyed this, let me know. Send me a DM. Leave me a review on here. That is how you could definitely help the show to grow if you want to support. Make sure you're sharing it out on your socials. Making sure you're sending it to people that you think will be relevant too. So I will see y'all next week on the next episode. Make sure you're following the show as well, because we get new episodes every Tuesday. I'll talk to y'all next week. Thank you so much for listening to the Roadmap to 1 Million podcast. I just know you got a nugget or two from that episode that will take your brand to the next level if you take action. Keyword, take action. So head over to stacyzeal.co/checklist to get a free resource that will help you to take action on what you learned today so that you can get on to building the brand of your dreams. And be sure to leave us a review so businesses like yours can get this gold as well. All right, y'all. I'll see you on the next episode.